Long ago, in the quiet village of Umuoke, there lived a young girl named Adaeze. She was a sight to behold. Her skin was as smooth as a river stone. Her eyes twinkled like the star in a clear night sky. And her laughter could make even the saddest heart smile. But Adaeze's beauty was only part of her story. She was kind, humble, and hard-working girl who helped her mother on the farm and respected everyone in the village. Her mother, Mama Ego, was once known as a wise and loving woman, but something had changed in her heart. Over the years, she became obsessed with money. She no longer smiled when Adaeze brought her water or helped her weed the compound. She only smiled when someone brought gifts or bags of cowries. Nne, Adaeze would ask softly, "Why do you no longer care about the things we used to love?" Mama Ego would hiss and say, "Love cannot buy wrapper. Kindness cannot build house. I am tired of poverty." One day, news spread across Umuoke like fire in a dry harmattan. A rich merchant from the big city, Chief Anosi, was looking for a young woman to marry. He had horses, wagons of gold, and many lands in different towns. But he was also older than most fathers in the village. Still, mothers lined up their daughters, dressed them in their finest wrapper, and bowed before the chief like dry branches before the wind. Adaeze did not join them. "I cannot marry a man older than Papa," she told her mother. But Mama Ego eyes had seen the gold. Chief Anosi has sent a gift to their house, a basket full of fine yams, clothes, and shining coins just for consideration. "My daughter," her mother said sweetly that night, "this is your only chance. Do you want to suffer like me your whole life? You can change your name. You can bring riches to this family. All you need to do is say yes." Adaeze frowned. "But I do not love him." "Love?" Mama Ego shouted. "Can love build us a new house? Can love feed your future children? My friend, open your eyes and stop behaving like a foolish goat. Say yes and let money enter this family." Those words burned Adaeze's heart, but she feared her mother too much to argue. The next day, covered in jewelries they never owned before, Adaeze followed her mother to Chief Anosi's mansion by the riverbank. The compound smelled of strange perfume and riches. Chief Anosi welcomed them with a dry smile. His skin was old and wrinkled, and his eyes looked like he had secrets he buried under stones. But Mama Ego laughed at all his jokes and pushed Adaeze forward, saying, "She is yours, my chief. Treat her well." The marriage happened fast. Adaeze moved into the chief's house the same week. At first, everything looked good. Food was plenty, clothes were silk, and servants bowed every time she moved. But the joy did not last. At night, Chief Anosi would wake her and ask her to follow him into a dark room behind the house. In the room, the walls were painted black and strange animals' heads hung around. There was a mat in the center and a pot filled with something that smelled like blood. "My wealth comes from these spirits," He said one night, his voice deep and cold, "And now you will join in the sacrifice. You belong to them now." Adaeze was afraid. She tried to run, but the door was locked with the child. That was where she realized her mother had not given her advice. She had sold her. For many nights, Adaeze was made to sit behind the blood pot and said things she didn't understand. She grew weaker by the day. Her beauty faded. Her laughter died. Even the birds in the trees around the house stopped singing. One night, while the chief was away, she heard a knock from a small window in her back room. It was Nnanna, a boy from her village who once loved her before the riches came. "I heard everything," he whispered. "I have spoken to the forest priest. There is a way to free you, but you must leave now before the moon speaks again." With her last strength, Adaeze escaped through the window with Nnanna's help. They ran through the forest until they met the priest, a man with white chalk on his face and feathers in his hair. He told Adaeze to enter the river at midnight and throw all her jewelries into the water. "Your freedom must come at a price," he said. "The spirit must return what was not theirs." She obeyed. The rivers accepted her offering. A loud thunder roared through the sky, and the moment it did, something broke inside the chief's mansion. His pot shattered, his riches returned to dust, and Chief Anosi was found the next morning, rolling in madness, uttering strange words. Adaeze was free, but she was not the same. When she returned to Umuokwe, her mother came running with joy, thinking the chief had sent her back with more gold. Adaeze stood before her mother and said quietly, "Because of the love of money, you gave me to darkness. You were supposed to protect me, not sell me." Mama Ego dropped to her knees. "I just wanted a better life for us," she cried. But Adaeze replied, "What good is a better life if it means losing your soul?" She left her mother standing there in tears and went to live with the forest priest, learning healing arts and helping others avoid the trap she had once fallen into. Every day, women came to her for advice, and every time they asked what to do for riches, she would smile sadly and say, "Not all that shines is gold, and not every mother gives good advice." Morals of the story: the love of money can blind even a mother's eyes. Wisdom is more precious than silver and gold. Not every path that looks rich leads to happiness. May we learn to listen to what is right, not just what sounds sweet.